I felt like the same way when Fedor was fighting in Pride. I was like, look, that might be the best fucking heavyweight on the planet Earth, and he's not here. And I tried very hard to try to figure out a way to get him over there, but they were super unreasonable back then.
Yeah.
Not the UFC, Fedor's management. They were crazy unreasonable. They wanted co-promotion. They wanted a 50-50 split. The UFC was like, get the fuck out of here. They were like, this ain't happening, man. And then they were also saying, look, this guy is one loss away from losing all of his value. You have to understand this.
Yeah.
And then when Fabricio Verdum caught him with that triangle, the UFC was like, we fucking told you. We told you. And then Bigfoot Silva smashed him. And then Dan Henderson KO'd him. And the UFC's like, look, we fucking told you.
Yeah.
You had an opportunity to bring him over here. And that was, you know, it was a different time. It was when Fedor was in his prime. You know, it was when, you know, Fedor was smashing people in Pride. It was just a different human being than what you're seeing today at 41. But I'm a fan of the best fighters in the world getting together, and whatever we have to do to facilitate that, that's what I want to see happen. You know, I mean, I just think that there's got to be a way to make this happen. There's got to be a way.
What are you talking about here?
You motherfucker.
Hey man, I mean, I'm going day by day. You know, I'm enjoying the process. I mean, we're in talks right now. Things are going smoothly. Things are moving forward. We'll see what happens. I mean,
I know you have to say all this. I know you have to say all this.
They are. No, I mean, that is true. I mean,
but you want to fight the best guys in the world. I know you do.
Oh, there's not a day that goes by that I don't get. I mean, shoot, you posted that thing this morning, and there was 287 likes and 30 or comments in you know 5 minutes, and it was all like, finally, hey, when are you gonna come? When are you, you know, it's like, I get that every single day. So there's not a day that goes by that I don't, it doesn't get talked about or thought about. But I mean,
well, especially after Eddie went over there and became the champion, right? And everybody knows about. I mean, that's one of the things that I talked about when Eddie first came over to the UFC was I was telling people, go watch the wars that he had with Michael Chandler. And then I've said that also too when I've seen you coaching people or being in someone's corner. I'm like, that right there is one of the best lightweights on the planet. Yeah. And I just really would love to see you. I mean, I don't want to undercut Bellator. I don't want Bellator to, you know.
No, I mean, it's at the end of the day, I mean, it's a competition between the two, you know, the two organizations. There's guys in both organizations that are great, like you said, Lima and all these guys.
And Koreshkov.
And Koreshkov. You know? I mean, there's, you know, and the Pitbull brothers or whatever. I mean, there's some great talent in both. And you saw it back in the day with Strikeforce, and now all of a sudden a lot of these Strikeforce guys are, you know, UFC champions as well, you know. So
well,
it's kind of interesting
weird the way fighting is today as opposed to the way boxing is. Like a perfect example is like the Gennady Golovkin fight this weekend. You know, we went to see him, and you know, you're basically going to see one of the best boxers on the planet. You're not going to see him because he's, you know, the fucking WBC guy or the IBF guy or the WBO guy. Yeah. People don't really give a shit about that. He's a world champion. But but it's versus Bellator versus the UFC, it's a big difference in the way people look at it. Like the average public. The people don't give a shit if you're the WBA champion in boxing or the WBC champion. They don't give a shit. They just want to know who's a bad motherfucker. Like, is it Deontay Wilder? Is it Anthony Joshua? These are heavyweight champions. Let's see them fight. They don't look at it that way when it comes to Bellator and the UFC. I don't know why. I have my speculations, first of all, because the UFC's been around forever, and it's like the NFL. It has that name value, like Q-tips and Kleenex.
They've done a good job of building the name value as well. You know,
it's also a really good name. Yeah, UFC is a great name. Bellator is a shitty name. It just is. It's just, you know, you go to the average person, like oh, I'm gonna watch Bellator tonight. They're like, the fuck is a Bellator? They don't know what a Bellator is. But Ultimate Fighting Championship makes sense.
Makes sense.
You know, why don't they just call it Paramount MMA?
I think, I mean, I think there was all kinds of new branding going on with the whole new Paramount stuff and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if there was ever a time, it would have been now. But I mean, I think they're stuck to it. They like it. I mean, it's kind of one of them things.